The way the way we see the problems is the problem. People are intrigued when they see good things happen in the lives of individual families and organizations that are based on solid principles. They admire such personal strength and maturity, such family unity and teamwork, such adaptive, synergetic organizational culture, and their immediate request is very revealing of their basic paradigms. How do you do it? Teach me the techniques. What they are really saying is give me some quick fix advice or solution that will relieve the pain in my own situation. They will find people who will meet their wants and teach these things, and for a short time, skills and techniques may appear to work. They may eliminate some of the cosmetic or acute problem through social aspirin and band-aids, but the underlying chronic condition remains, and eventually new acute symptoms will appear. The more people are into quick fix and focus on the acute problems and the pain, the more that very approach contributes to the underlying chronic condition. The way we see the problem is the problem. Look again at some of the concerns that introduce this chapter, and at the impact of personality, ethics, and thinking. I've taken course after course on effective management training. I expect a lot out of my employees, and I work hard to be friendly towards them and to treat them right. But I don't feel any loyalty from them. I think if I were homesick for a day, they spent most of their time grabbing at the water fountain. Why can't I train them to be independent and responsible, or find employees who can be? The personality it takes tell me I could take some kind of dramatic action and shake things up, make heads roll. That would make my employees shape up and appreciate what they have. Or that I could find some motivational training program that would get them committed. Or even that I could hire new people that would do a better job. But is it possible that under that apparently disloyal behavior, these employees questions whether I really act in their best interest? Do they feel like I'm treating them as mechanical objects? Is there some truth to that deep inside? Is that really the way I see them? Is there a chance the way I look at the people who work for me is part of the problem? There's so much to do and there's never enough time. I feel pressured and hustle all day, every day, 7 days a week. I've attended time management seminars and I've tried half a dozen different planning systems. They help some, but I still don't feel I'm living the happy, productive, peaceful life I want to live. The personality ethic tells me there must be something out there, some new planners or seminars that will help me handle all these pressures in a more efficient way. But is there a chance that efficiency is not the answer? Is getting more things done, is less time going to make a difference, or will it just increase the pace at which I react to the people and circumstance that seems to control my life? Could there be something I need to see in deeper, more fundamental ways, some paradigms within myself that affect the way I see my time, my life, and my own nature? My marriage has gone flat. We don't fight or anything. We just don't love each other anymore. We've gone to counseling. We tried a number of things, but we just can't seem to rekindle the feeling we used to have. The personality text tells me there must be some new book or some seminar where people get all their feelings out that would help my wife understand me better. Or maybe it's that it's useless and only a new relationship will provide the love I need. But is it possible that my spouse isn't the real problem? Could I be empowering my spouse weakness and making my life a function of the way I treat it? Do I have some basic paradigms about my spouse, about marriage, about what love really is? That is just feeding the problem. Can you see how fundamentally the paradigm of the personality ethic affect the very way we see our problems as well as the way we attempt to solve them? Whether people see it or not, many are becoming disillusioned with the empty promises of the personality ethic. As I travel around the country and work with organizations, I found that long term thinking executive are simply turned off by psych of psychology and motivational speakers who have nothing more to share than entertaining stories mingles with platitudes. They want substance, they want process, they want more than aspirins and band-aids. They want to solve the chronic underlying problems and focus on the principles that bring long-term results. A new level of thinking. Albert Einstein observed the significant problem we face cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them. As we look around us and within us and recognize the problem created as we live and interact within the personality, I think we begin to realize that these are the fundamental problems that cannot be solved on the superficial level on which they were created. We need a new level, a deeper level of thinking, a paradigm based on the principle that accurately describe the territory of effective human being and interacting to solve these deep concerns. This new level of thinking is what Seven Habits of Highly Effective People is about. It's a principle centered, character based, inside out approach to personal and interpersonal effectiveness. Inside out means to start first with self, even more fundamentally, to start with the most inside part of self, with our with our paradigms, your character and your motives. It's say if you want to have a happy marriage, be the kind of person who generates positive energy and sidestep negative energy rather than empowering it. If you want to have a more pleasant cooperative teenager, be a more understanding, empathetic, consistent, loving parent. If you want to have more freedom, more latitude in your job, be a more responsible, a more helpful, a more contributing employee. If you want to be trusted, be trustworthy. If you want the second greatness of recognized talent, focus first on primary greatness of character. The inside out approach says that private victories, TM, precede public victories. Public victories, TM. that make that making and keeping promises to ourselves precedes making and keeping promises to other. It says it is futile to put personality ahead of character to try to improve relationship with others before improving ourselves. Inside Out is a process, a continuing process of renewal based on the natural law that governs human growth and progress. It is it's an upward spiral of growth that leads to progressively higher forms of responsible independence and effective interdependence. I have had the opportunity to work with many people, wonderful people, talented people, people who deeply want to achieve happiness and success, people who are searching, people who are hurting. I've worked with business executive, college students, church and civic groups, family and marriage partners, and in all of my experience, I have never seen lasting solution to problem, lasting happiness and success that came from outside in. What I've seen result from the outside in paradigm is unhappy people who feel victimized and immobilized, who focus on the weakness of other people and the circumstances they feel are responsible for their own stagnant situation. I've seen unhappy marriages where each spouse wants the other to change where each is confessing the other sins, where each is trying to shape up the other. I've seen labor management dispute where people spend tremendous amount of time and energy trying to create legislation that would force people to act as though the foundation of trust were really there.